which is at its worst in several states across North India. In fact, Uttarakhand is perhaps the worst affected state. Heavy rains have been filling up dams in that state with dangerous levels of water. The Chief Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal says he's most worried about the Tehri Dam, which is at maximum capacity. Meanwhile, Delhi too has been threatened by rising waters in the Yamuna.
The fiercest monsoon in Uttarakhand in many years. Death and devastation reported from Almora, Nainital, Pauri, Haridwar, Chamoli, Uttarkashi and Dehradun districts. More than 60 villages have been swept away in the lower reaches of Haridwar and Rishikesh. Important road links remain snapped. But this is what is causing the greatest worry. The Tehri Dam on the Bhagirathi, now menacingly close to its maximum capacity of 830 meters. The state chief minister is visibly worried as he makes a frantic appeal to the centre for help.
जहाँ 24 घंटे में 15 सेंटीमीटर पानी को बढ़ना चाहिए था केवल, वहाँ 1 घंटे में 15 से 20 सेंटीमीटर पानी बढ़ रहा है। कोटेश्वर डैम तो बहेगा ही बहेगा, लेकिन वो ऋषिकेश, हरिद्वार सहित बहुत पश्चिमी उत्तर प्रदेश सहित बहुत तबाही कर सकता है।
Contentions also arise between the state government and the corporation on water limits.
राज्य सरकार की जो अनुमति है टीएसडीसी को वो केवल 820 तक भरने की है, क्योंकि 820 तक जिन लोगों को हम पुनर्वासित टोटली कर चुके हैं.
And the waters from Uttarakhand unleash fury in the adjoining plains of Uttar Pradesh. Bijnor, Moradabad and Rampur are among the worst affected. Ganga, Ramganga and Kosi are all in spate. 20 deaths were reported from the state on Monday itself. The Delhi-Lucknow National Highway remains closed. In Haryana, heavy rains forced the release of over 7.5 lakh cusecs from the Hathnikund barrage on the Yamuna, the highest discharge in a single day in 100 years. And it won't be long before the waters reach Delhi. The Yamuna was already flowing above the danger mark of 204.83 meters on Monday evening. And there may be worse around the corner. Bureau Report, News X.
The situation over there in Uttarakhand, as you can see, not particularly helpful. But in North Bihar, a newly erected bund on the Gandak River has caved in Simaria village. This has endangered lakhs of people in nearby areas. 5 battalions of the National Disaster Response Force, that's 152 people, and 31 boats have already been stationed at Gopalganj for relief work. They've been joined by an additional 66 NDRF personnel with 12 boats. Bihar's Chief Minister Nitish Kumar made an aerial survey of the flooded areas of the state on Monday. That's the situation, as you can see, in North Bihar. The situation in Uttarakhand, as we reported earlier, not very encouraging either. Let's now get you updates on the situation in Delhi. Our correspondent Ridhima Tomar is standing by over here. We're also joined by Vishal Monga, who's joining us from Chandigarh for an update on what's happening in Haryana, where the Hathnikund barrage is located. First to Vishal. Vishal, the Hathnikund barrage released 7.5 lakhs of water, 7.5 lakh cusecs of water on Monday. What's the situation like today? Are there more rains in that area? Can we expect more water to be released?
See, in the catchment area, it's raining but not so heavily, and that is why the discharge from Hathnikund barrage has come down from the record level of over 7 lakhs to just 1 lakh. We were talking to the control room of Hathnikund barrage. They have told us the hourly release of water into Yamuna is around 1 lakh cubic water, and that is maintainable. And the water is receding in the villages of Yamunanagar and Ambala. But the big trouble is for Delhi, because yesterday over 7 lakh cubic water was released from Hathnikund barrage, and this is to reach Delhi today by afternoon or evening. And that is the big concern. Already the water level is receding in the area and the rains have slowed down. But we were talking to the meteorological department. They say they expect more rain in the catchment area, and that's big trouble for Delhi again. Now the water that was released yesterday would reach Delhi today afternoon or in the evening, and that is really causing a big trouble for the Delhi, seeing the Commonwealth Games in the site, and that's the big worry right now. Already the natural disaster forces on the ground and helping the people affected by the floods. Several villages of Yamunanagar and Ambala right now also are under water, and that's the big worry. We were talking to the DC of the area. What he's told us that the government is really woken up to the problem, and they are really providing food packages to the people who are stuck in the floods.
Vishal, thanks for that update from upriver of the Yamuna in Chandigarh over there, which of course is the capital of Haryana. Let's also get an update from Ridhima Tomar, who joins us from Delhi. She's standing by at the Yamuna River for a look at what lies in store. Ridhima, third time in a month that Delhi faces the prospect of flooding. What's happening there?
You're very right, Pierre. In fact, it's the third time in the season when level of water in Yamuna has increased. And once again, it is as a result of the huge quantity of water that has been released from the Hathnikund barrage in Haryana. Now, Pierre, we need to understand this situation that as a result of the incessant rains in the capital and as a result of the amount of water that is coming in from Haryana, this can create a problem to the people who are staying in the low-lying areas. It is not a reason to panic. That's what the government has assured us. Even the last time similar situation had arisen when 7 lakh cubic of water had discharged. Yes, the level of water in Yamuna had gone above the danger mark. And even this time, with so much of water, with almost 7 lakh of cubic of water being released, situations similar to this can arise. And once again, incessant rains in the capital can be a problem. The National Disaster Response Force is very active. In fact, Pierre, people have been evacuated from the low-lying areas. But let me remind you, always it happens in Delhi that whenever such a situation arises, let me remind you again that it's third time that such a situation is arising. People, especially the areas in the city which are low-lying, like the ISBT and the Rajghat, and there are several areas that get flooded in water, and this causes a lot of problem to the people. So the best we can do is that the authorities can do, and the response the NDRF people can do is evacuate the people, help them to reach safer areas, ensure that the water doesn't get flooded in the areas, doesn't get accumulated in the areas. For this, they need to ensure that the sewages are completely cleared up.
Sure. Ridhima and Vishal.